there, welcome to Where's Wilmington. I'm Lisa Capalla, and today I have the pleasure of having Nancy Vallee with me. She is of the Wilmington Chamber of Commerce. I am sure you've seen Nancy all over the town doing all kinds of things. Today we're going to talk about primarily what the Chamber of Commerce does and a very exciting event they're holding on September 22nd, which is the road race. But let's talk a little bit about what the Chamber does. So Nancy, thanks for coming over.
Thank you for having me.
Glad you took the time to come. So first of all, for those who don't know what the Chamber of Commerce is or does, can you tell us what the purpose of the Chamber of Commerce is?
Sure. Well, the Wilmington Chamber of Commerce was founded in 1961. It is a nonprofit, nonpartisan organization comprised of about 150 members at this point. And those are members within the business community.
Right.
And it is led and managed by myself, the executive director currently, and a board of directors, who are also local business owners who volunteer their time to help execute the mission of the Chamber.
Okay, well, since you brought it up, what is the mission of the Chamber?
The mission of the Chamber, well, our official mission statement, well, I'll actually read it to you.
Yes, because we want to make sure we get it right.
Yeah, I don't have that memorized. Our official mission of the Wilmington Chamber is to lead and advance economic development, promote and meet business needs, add value to our members, and to enhance the quality of life within our community, supporting civic and social welfare.
Wow.
Wow, right?
That is why you are a busy lady, because that is a lot to undertake.
Oh.
So if someone were watching the program today and they said, okay, I get what the Chamber of Commerce does, but there's a fee to join. What is the value I'm getting when I join the Chamber of Commerce? Obviously, networking with 150 other successful, hopefully, business folks is one of the perks. But what are the true benefits of being part of the Chamber of Commerce?
Well, our members use their membership in different ways. Everyone uses it differently. Some folks just basically want a decal on their door showing that it's a credible business, you know, through the Chamber, and they want patrons to shop at their business. You know, others use it for their networking. As you mentioned, their networking opportunities. We have local networking opportunities or events, but we also team up with surrounding chambers for our multi-chamber networking events, which have about 250 people that come to those. So it's a great opportunity for our local businesses to get out there to you know, make relationships, to build referrals, to, you know, follow up with those folks afterwards, and, you know, hopefully those lead to sales.
Right. Because don't you think that it's really who you know, not what you know sometimes?
It's who you know, and it's the relationships that you build.
Right.
And, you know, within a small town like Wilmington, you know, one of our big strategies that we promote is the whole buy local message and the buy local strategy.
Right.
And, you know, that's really what it's all about. It's, you know, keeping the money in town. And how we help those members is by, you know, making sure that, you know, the community is aware of the businesses that we have here, and what products and services they offer and whatnot. And, you know, like you were mentioning, we do that in a variety of different ways. We have, you know, low-cost advertising opportunities for our members that don't have, you know, huge marketing budgets or departments. So, you know, we provide them with a lot of those low-cost advertising opportunities.
And how hard is it for folks when you're beginning a business, even an established business, and you're changing your game plan, to have a support network like the Chamber of Commerce? Must be a really great thing for people.
It's very important, and we have them come, you know, new business owners coming in all the time, and they're just so gung-ho about opening their business and being involved within the community, and, you know, and a lot of them are successful because they take the resources that we provide to them, and they do it.
Right.
They do the business profiles in the town crier, or they do, you know, a lot of the advertising that we use. They'll go to the networking events, and they really meet the folks in town.
Right.
And that's what it's all about, is getting your name out there.
And for me, I like to spend my money with people that I know.
That's right.
If I can, I'd like to give my money to someone I know that I trust rather than going to a large conglomerate. And I think in a small town like this, networking that way is the best way to do that.
It definitely is.
Tell me about your website, because I know you're vamping up to start a new process there with that.
Yes,
so tell me about
that.
We
have a lot of projects going on, but one of our projects, we've been redesigning our website.
Fun, fun, fun.
Fun, fun, fun. I've become, yes, quite the WordPress pro recently, but it's going to be, a lot more interactive for our visitors that come to our site, and there's some added value to our members as well. You know, a lot with the behind the scenes with their SEO rankings.
What's SEO?
The search engine optimization.
I was going to ask you about that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Search engine, so it helps. You know, when someone Googles their business or their type of business, a lot of the behind the scenes stuff that we're doing with the websites will help increase their SEO ranking. There's a lot more tools on there, resources, links, tons of stuff that's going on our website. A lot more opportunities for our members to advertise on that.
Good.
With hyperlinks to their websites, business profiles for them, for their business. So we are launching our website today. It will take a few days to get up and live, but definitely want to encourage folks to check out our new website.
And how do we get that? What do we look at?
It is wilmingtonmachamber.com.
How easy. Perfect. And as far as the website, I know that you said you have over 150 businesses. So if I were to go into the site, could I just type in a type of business, or do I actually have to have the business name in order to find out who's a member there?
Yep, you can search by the type of business. You can search by name. There's a variety of different ways that you can do it.
So that's great. So if I'm not a member of the chamber, but I want to see who is, so that I can see who's got the decals on their store, that would be a good way to use the website as well.
Absolutely.
One of my favorite things that you offer are the chamber breakfasts, and WCTV recently hosted one. Can you tell the folks a little bit about that? Because I find those fascinating. I went to the one about the high school project, and that was really interesting. So talk a little bit about that.
Monthly, or we try to do it monthly. They're called Chamber Connection Breakfasts, and they're educational breakfasts for our members. It's either on a hot topic within town, like you were mentioning, the new high school, or some type of educational tool. We've had them on social media. We've had them, WCTV just had one. A host of different things that we offer to our members that they can sponsor and do a presentation to the other members.
So it's a great opportunity for them to do some public speaking. We all know how much everybody loves doing that, but that's a great way to get your feet wet. And another thing is to highlight your business to the other members. So that must be a fabulous way to get the word out.
And it's just another
relaxed
way.
too. It's not so
It's relaxed.
formalized.
We've been having them at Panera Bread, which is a chamber member. So they've been doing a great job there for us. They have a nice room in the back. Folks can, again, do a PowerPoint presentation. We start off the breakfast with some networking, so it's, again, local networking where folks stand around with a cup of coffee and, and do their things. So it's all, again, building relationships.
Do you find that mentorships naturally occur there, that folks meet and maybe someone who's a little more well-seasoned in the business world hooks up with someone who maybe doesn't have as much experience?
Oh, I see it all the time.
Really?
All the time. Especially new members that are coming for the first time. Our board of directors will highlight them or introduce themselves to them and, work with them after the fact.
Excellent.
Yeah.
What do you like best about what you do, your particular job? Because I know you're really running the show over there. I know you've got a staff, but every time I speak to you, it's you I usually get on the phone who's doing all the legwork. So what do you really like best about what you do?
Well, I don't have a staff. It is actually
I thought there was like one or two helpers you had.
I did at one point.
So now it's all on you.
It's just me.
Heavy is the head that wears the crown.
But I do have my board of directors that come in once a month, and like I said, they help, they'll help execute the mission, they'll help with volunteering for the events, and they'll do a lot of things for me. So that's great to have.
So that's good.
That is good. And they're ambassadors out within the community, talking up the chamber and talking about our purpose. So that's important for us. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on.
Now the thing for you is it more exciting to you to get new members, or is it more exciting for you to see your current members succeed to the next level, or is it both?
I like both.
Really?
I like both. I like working on the retention with our members that have been with us for 52 years, some of them.
Right.
And I
clearly before you and I were born.
Oh, please. And I just love the energy of a new member with a new business.
Because that brings new vitality. That brings new vitality into the group itself too, and the dynamic changes when that happens. What else do you think people don't know about the chamber that they should know? Are you often getting the same questions from people? Do you think there is anything that you want to dispel about what people think the chamber is? I'll tell you that I always thought it was somewhat of a dry organization, but I'm seeing the way you're running it in this town, there's a lot more opportunity for people to get to know each other. But I always thought of the chamber as sort of a civic organization that you would join, but you wouldn't really have any involvement with. Do you think that people feel that way about the chamber? What's your take on that?
I think the chamber as a whole, and all chambers, are definitely different
Right.
These days than they were, 60 years ago or 52 years ago when it started. Back then it was all about networking. It was all about mixers and meeting people and this and that. You really have to evolve, which we have.
Right.
You really have to evolve with the times, and it's so much more about online marketing and and not as much about the local networking. I mean, I can have a local event and, you won't get so many people. Everyone's busy. They have kids' sports, they have this, they have that. You might not get so many people. That's why I really concentrate on the multi-chamber events where I know there's going to be, 250 people there for my folks to meet. But there's so much that we do now with online marketing, with email marketing. We use Constant Contact.
Right. It sounds like this focus has shifted a little more to a resource and tools option, more than we're all going to hang out and talk. I mean, if you've already met everybody in the chamber, that's nice, and the breakfast is a nice way to showcase your business. But I would think once you've met someone and talked a few times, that's the end of the trail there until they need your business.
Well, and you talk to them online, and that's that's what it's all about these days.
Right.
So they build a relationship face to face, or even even online or via email. They can still build that relationship, and it's all about awareness. And so that's where we work more these days,
right?
In terms of getting them, and again, the low-cost advertising, getting their name and their brand out there.
Right, because if people don't know you're there, how are they going to use your product or
and
service?
I talked about buy local, and it's really educating the community about buy local and where if you spend the $100 at a local Wilmington store, what that gets you, and in terms of reinvesting back into the community, whether it be with other nonprofits or the school systems or this and that, where that $100 is going. Versus if you were to, click online and buy something at a, online store, we get nothing here in Wilmington.
Right,
so.
and it could be even going to another country. You don't know who these internet sites are hooked up to sometimes. So, yeah, I definitely agree with the buy local concept. And actually, you said something that we're going to talk about in the next segment. It's also about giving back, too. The Chamber isn't just about taking in fees and helping people with their businesses. You folks give back to the community as well. And one of the big events that you have is your road race. Right. So we're going to talk about that with Tom Pizzera, who's going to talk about the founding of this race, how it began. We're going to tell you all about the race, everything you want to know about that. We're going to do that in the next segment. But if you want to talk to Nancy about the Chamber, and she'll be answering the phone because it's only her now, you can do that by looking at the website on the screen there, and she'll be able to talk to you if you want to call her on the phone or email her. But for the next half, stay right where you are, because we're going to bring on Tom Pizzera, and we're going to talk with Nancy a little bit about the road race that's coming up. You're going to want to mark your calendars for that. That's going to be September 22nd. So stay with us. We'll be back with more right after this.
Clean kitchen surfaces, utensils, and hands with soapy water. 1 in 6 Americans will get sick from food poisoning this year. Keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
Hi there, welcome back for the second half of Where's Wilmington. We're going to try to cram a lot in here, so strap yourselves in. There's a lot to talk about. So we have Nancy Vallee still here with us. We have Tom Pizzera joining us. Tom is going to tell us about how the Wilmington's 9th annual road race came to be, because you were the founder of that. So you started all this hubbub, didn't you?
Yeah, well, I think 2005 was the 275th birthday of the town. And they formed a committee, a happy birthday committee. And they ran events throughout the entire year. And I came up with the idea, why don't we add a road race to the list of events? And I didn't want a 5K or a 5 mile, of which we've had many of. I said, why don't we do something challenging like a half marathon?
Right. And you've been a runner all your life, so.
Yeah, well, good portion of it. You don't say all of your life to a guy my age.
Okay.
But after I came up with the idea, I went away on a vacation. I was laying in bed. I said, what have I done? I said, a half marathon, I'm going to tie up half the streets in town. I had no idea how that would be received, especially with the police department. because
Right.
now you're involving a lot of intersections and a lot of work. So anyway, I went about it. I started laying out the course, and that took quite a while because we're crossing railroad tracks. You have to know the train schedule. Anyway, I got it all laid out, and it turned out I had nothing to worry about. The town accepted it. The police department accepted it. And I didn't charge anything the first year. I immediately went out to try to get some funds, and Shea Concrete and the Reading Cooperative Bank were my first contributors. I had enough money to get it done. I laid it out, and I woke up that morning. I didn't want to get out of bed. I said, oh my God, what have I done? And it turned out great. The town manager loved it, and we continued on from there.
So that was 9 years ago.
That was,
And you, can you
actually, it
believe
was
that?
8 years ago. This is the 9th race, but
Okay,
it was
8
8
years,
years
wow.
ago. Yeah, and it was a one-time thing. I said, boy, am I glad this is over. And the town manager, when he was passing out the awards, he says, we love it, we're going to do it all the time, and you're in charge. So we carried it on.
Excellent.
I got plenty of help the second year, and I think the third year, Nancy, I think that's the year we added the 5K. And then it got to be a bit much, and I was looking for someone to help me out, and without blinking or without batting an eye, Nancy and the Chamber of Commerce took it over. They've run it for the last 4 years, and Nancy can tell you more about what's going on with it now,
Right.
and I'm so glad.
Seems like a natural fit, too, that the Chamber of Commerce would take an event like this over. Because now it's turned into, you've got a DJ, you've got booths, you've got all kinds of things. So it's really more of a big event now, when it was more like just a road race before. So tell us about what's coming up this year, and then I'll talk to you about some of the special cool stuff that's going to be happening.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, this year, it's the 9th annual road race.
Right, and
We're
on September 22nd.
September 22nd. There's 3 components to the race still. There's a half marathon, there's a 5K run, and there's also a 5K walk.
Okay.
Every year, so this is our 4th year that the Chamber has taken it, has been coordinating it, and the numbers are just rising every year. Last year we had 625 total participants,
Wow.
with I think it was 204 that ran the actual half marathon.
Wow.
Which is huge. So we have runners that come from all over, a lot of local running clubs, a lot of local schools, colleges, you know, obviously many of from the town of Wilmington, a lot of teams that run in it, and they come back year after year. They love the courses, they love the small town feel of the race, they love the atmosphere within the at the race site. And we do a lot. We do with the DJ and
You're going to
activities
have a
for
bouncy
kids.
house,
We have
and
bouncy
food,
houses.
and a face painter, and ice cream. Sounds great.
Yeah,
What
it's a fun
time is
time.
everybody supposed to get here for this?
The races start at about 10:10.
Okay.
But registration table is open at 8 o'clock.
Right.
So folks do come around 8.
You can pre-register online,
Mm-hmm.
correct? Which might be the way to go. This is very reasonably priced. $25 for the half marathon, $20 for the 5K walk run, and $25 or $30 if you do it that day. Where can you find?
You
That is
can't.
like super cheap.
Pretty
It's
good
super
deal.
cheap.
Well, we
and
use
that's
the-
why
we use the right word. It's
half-marathoners-
affordable,
It's affordable.
not cheap,
That's
right?
Our half marathoners love it. Yes.
How do you feel about seeing this go to 200-something people? My Lord, that's pretty good.
I told Nancy she'd never get over 200 in the half marathon, and she's reached that goal plus.
That was my
that?
challenge last year, was to get over
Nice.
200. We ended with 204 with the
Yeah.
half. But, you know, like I said, we have a lot of the 5K runs and walkers. So.
Now, tell me about teams that race, because maybe I don't want to race myself, but I would like to sponsor someone, or maybe I want to be part of a large group. And I know you said one of the teams that's really special is Team Kelly.
It is.
So let's talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, a team consists of 3 or more participants, runners. This is again for either the half or the 5K run. So we do give awards out at the end, you know, by age category. All these different groups we give out awards for, but there's also a team award. And we have many teams. Body Infusion by her has always been a great team.
Right.
But you know, one of our special teams is Team Kelly. And you know, 4 years ago when I took this over is when unfortunately Kelly Agatimari had passed away. And her family and friends united that year to walk or run in her honor. And there was a huge turnout. They wear their green Team Kelly shirts, and you know, it's bittersweet, but they have been doing it now for, this will be the 4th year. And they're, you know, committed to coming back. And
Excellent. And so this isn't just the little engine that could race, because you guys just got certified by the U.S. Track and Field governing body. So this is the real deal.
This is the
so
real
those
deal
of you
this
watching
year.
at home think, it's just a little
No,
Wilmington race. This is the real
no.
deal. Tell me about these professional chip timing things. Tell me about this. What is this?
Well, the chip, we do ankle chips. So the runners get an ankle chip, and that gets their exact time when they cross the finish line. But as you were saying, the exciting news this year is that we got both our half and our 5K course certified, which is huge, and something that Dan Vassallo, who is our race technical coordinator,
Right.
this is his new title, he's been working on for many years, and it really adds so much credibility to the race. In terms of what your record is when you run this now, it's exact. And while it doesn't qualify you for, say, a Boston Marathon, because it's not a marathon,
Right.
but it does qualify you for other things like a national or a state or local
Okay.
records.
And so that's why the chip timing and the certification are so important, because it makes it really semi-professional,
It's very
professional.
professional.
Right?
Yes, it
Yes,
is.
excellent.
It gives you credentials. I mean, it counts that now if you run the half marathon and it's a certified race, that gives you credentials for, say, you want to qualify for another half marathon or something to that nature. It's certifying the course is a great thing to do. And Nancy and Danny accomplished that this year. We've never had it certified until this year.
Right.
It could even certify you for the U.S. Olympic trials if you're that good.
Hey, that's all.
Yeah, it's you now have official numbers.
But what we had to do with that, though, Lisa, is we had to change the half marathon route, which is
I was
something.
going to ask you about that.
Yeah, it's something that I've been wanting to do for 4 years. The old route, the half marathons had to walk down to Shady Lane, so I wanted them both at the same start line here on Waltham Street.
Right.
So it took quite a lot of work, and all summer we've been working on it. But we have a great route, and it's going to stay. The entire course is in Wilmington now, where our old course went into North Reading a bit. So it's completely in Wilmington. It's going to go through a lot of neighborhoods. It's a fast course, which our runners are going to love.
And hopefully you have seasonable weather. Hopefully it's a little bit
Let's
cool
hope.
for them.
Let's
and
hope.
that's going to be right here at WCTV's parking lot.
Yes.
That's 10 Waltham Street, behind the old Dinette World. If you don't know that, we're right near the registry behind there too. 10 Waltham Street, big, huge parking lot, plenty of space. Tell me, Tom, what made you decide to set up the course the way you did? How did you ever do that? Did you get like a tape measure, or did you use your car
Well,
and figure out
what I did
mile
the very
for mile?
first year was, to try to start and stop exactly at the same spot.
Right.
It's like doing a loop. It's very, very difficult. Point to point, if you started here and stopped there, you just move it. So anyway, what I did was I got the town engineer and his engineering wheel, and we walked the first mile and marked it off accurately.
Wow.
Then I used my car, and I retraced that first mile, and my odometer hit 1 mile almost exactly at that point. So now I use my car to mark off the next 12. The point was, where could I start and where could I stop?
Right.
I wanted to finish right in front of, we used to finish next door at RMA. I wanted to
Right.
finish right there. I had to move the start slightly up Shady Lane, which Nancy was trying to avoid. And that's what we did for 8 years. And now they've now fine-tuned it to the point we don't have to have the runners go up there anymore.
Excellent.
It's worked. Our runners have loved that course, so we're hoping that they're going to love
And
this
it's well
course.
marked, and there'll be water stations.
We have
and all of that.
water stops every 2 miles, and we have what we call splits. Runners are very interested in what their time is at each mile marker. We have timers at every mile with a stopwatch and telling the runners as they go by what their time is at each mile. Very,
That's very
very important and very professional.
Excellent. Where does the money from all of this go?
The proceeds from the race, excuse me, are again reinvested back into the community in the form of scholarships
Nice.
to graduating seniors.
Excellent. And I know you wanted to talk about one more special, exciting thing that's coming up, the cereal boxes for Wilmington. I know that's separate
Yes.
from the race, but I do want to touch on that before we close.
Well, it is separate from the race, but we are debuting it at the road
excellent.
race.
Okay.
So we will have a table selling them. But one of the fun projects that we're working on at the Chamber is a first ever Wilmington cereal box, and it will be named Wildcat Crunch.
I love it.
I know, isn't that cute? Wildcat Crunch. The company that we worked with came to us because it's a great opportunity for our members to promote their business
Right.
in a unique way. You know, what better than have your ad right there
Yes.
on your breakfast table?
I hope it tastes good too.
It does taste good. I've been eating it for 2 months.
Good.
But yes, it's the box is just about complete. We're in production. All the ads are done. We have a
Wow.
great photo on the front, and the boxes, like I said, will be sold at the race. And the proceeds from that, the chamber will be reinvesting again back into the community to Wilmington Youth Sports Organizations.
Excellent. Well, sounds like if you have a business or if you want to get involved with the community, the race is the place to go, or to check out your new spanking brand new website.
Come to our website
Or
and join
just
the
buy
chamber.
some cereal. I
Yes.
mean, my goodness, there's so many ways to get involved. Anything final you'd like to tell the folks while we have them? I think we covered everything.
Yeah, let's
didn't
get
we?
rolling and get the race.
Pre-register, yes. Pre-register early to
I
avoid
love this time of the
lines.
year. I'm getting the feel
Tom
for
and I
this
are crazy
race.
this time of
Are
year.
you gonna,
so
are you gonna run this year?
no.
No. You're gonna do the
No,
5K walk?
I gave it up a couple.
But you'll be
of
there
years.
cheering everybody on.
I'll be there in
Should be
spirit.
great.
He will be there working.
I'll be
yes.
I'll be working.
He will be working
I'll be
as he
working.
does
All right,
every
well,
year.
stop by on the 22nd, get your Wildcat Crunch, come by and see Nancy and Tom. Thank you for watching Where's Wilmington? I just want to remind you that the next time somebody asks you where's Wilmington, you tell them right here and right here on WCTV. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.